Hi guys, welcome to this video and welcome back to this channel. My name is Laura from Shamanic Self at shamanicself.com. And this one is going to be a fun one. Today, we're going to go through the true meaning of the one-eye symbol and expose a few key players of the one-eyed club. And I do think this is coming up right now, especially in the summer season, because what do we have going on? We have the Euro Cup going on, which is all over Germany, all over Europe, but it's playing in Germany. And we do have a few key players in football or soccer who are part of this one-eyed club. We're also going to go through a few major YouTubers, which I've just kind of collected over the past few months. And I'm quite excited to do this video because I've been wanting to do it for quite a while already. So let's just dive in. What exactly is the one-eyed club, or what is the one-eye symbol? Let's just start with a simple definition for people who just need a refresher. The one-eye symbol is a symbol of the Illuminati, and it represents the all-seeing eye, which is representative of intelligence, wisdom, and enlightenment in a worldly, secular, or non-Christian understanding of the world. It is also suggestive that the all-seeing eye sees all and is always watching everyone, meaning the AI that you have all over the astral realm and just in general in the 3D realm too. It is essentially a symbol of the Illuminati who practice Luciferian doctrine and worship Satan. The Illuminati run and control most of the music industry, and many of the most popular artists in the world, whether they know it or not, are a part of the Illuminati and are crafted and ghost-written by some of the most worldly and secular minds the Illuminati have to offer. These artists are contracted, and in return for fame and fortune beyond normal successes, are persuaded and coerced, unknowingly or knowingly, to sing certain messages in their songs, as well as sell their souls to the devil for their fame and fortune to be continued to be enabled, supported, and allowed to happen. Basically, it's not just artists, by the way. You will see a lot of YouTube creators are part of it too. Pretty much everyone who's just blowing up for no apparent reason. This is not at all a figure of speech, but these artists are literally required to sell their souls to the devil in exchange for promoting their ideals and agenda through music crafted to spiritually influence the minds of people in the world. And this can happen through vocals or instrumentals. If you listen closely to the messages in the music created by these artists, you will hear them engaging and referring to such ideals as the promotion of self-interests and indulgences, second personas, or even overt representations in symbolism of the Illuminati and self-worship, all of which is based on the Christian doctrine that will lead you directly to hell. These techniques and the imagery of the one-eye symbolism are evidence of what the artists represent and are willing to represent publicly as a means of conveying their support of the Illuminati and their agenda. And it's interesting because while I'm reading this, there's a lot of mention of Lucifer, the devil, and Satan, which all of those are different entities. I don't think they're one and the same, but we'll probably go into that in a different video. In many numerous music videos, if you pay close attention, you will see the promotion of one eye, the pyramid or diamond, finger gestures like extending your index and pinky and folding in the rest of your fingers, which is a traditional and common rock music gesture. So it's kind of like the devil symbol. I even think this one, which is the Hawaiian take it easy symbol, or like the surfer symbol, I even think that's an Illuminati symbol because you see that a lot with people who hang out with Oprah. The half man, half goat icon image represents Satan, which is Baphomet. And YouTube has a large collection of videos where this imagery is practiced and openly displayed, slowed down, and stopped on genuine examples of these practices. So yeah, it's very real. And one of them is Dan Reynolds right here. He's the one who came up with Imagine Dragons, or rather it was ghost written, and he's just the image behind it. In this particular video, which I will link in the description below, it's less than a minute long. You can see him blobbing on about the different order of Illuminati, how he gladly joined so that his one song would blow up. And he's talking about Elon Musk, Beyonce, and he gives a few other names. So that's for the people who still think Elon Musk is on your side. Elon Musk is the person who literally promotes transhumanism. You can't even say that in any other way. These are a few other ones. So for the German speakers, we have a German TV program called ZDF, which is Zweites Deutsches Fernsehen. And Germany has around 84 million people. Austria has around 10 million. Switzerland has 10 million. Luxembourg, Liechtenstein might also be watching this. So you have more than 100 million people watching this program at this point. So ZDF came around in 1961. The first program that was around was ARD, which this has been around since 1951. At least that's what it says if you look at the description here. I think the one in ARD is also an Illuminati symbol in and of itself, but ZDF is so interesting because ZDF is literally all about the eye. And there are commercials about this TV program. So it has like entertainment, it has news, it has everything. I don't even know what the equivalent of a British or a US program would be. It's not BBC, it's not CNN, but it's just something where you find everything and nothing. It has documentaries, it has everything. It's just like a typical German TV program. And the program itself, you know, that they're actually saying it's a program already says a lot too. So you have this program, which translates to, the slogan is mit dem Zweiten sieht man besser. So a lot of people just cover their eye when they're promoting this program on other channels. They're covering it and tuning it away. And it literally means with a second, you see better. And it's a word play in regards to it meaning the second program, but it's also a word play with the second eye, you see better. And mind you, this has been around for like 40, 50 plus years, almost 60 years, right? And when I was younger, like when I was a kid, because I grew up in Germany, we watched all of this. We watched Thomas Gottschalk. We watched all these other entertainers, which I wouldn't be surprised if Thomas Gottschalk is a pedophile. You know, he had a lot of kids on his shows and everything. So we watched all of this being mindlessly programmed and brainwashed, and they're blatantly putting it in your face, you know, with a second you see better, like this full-on Illuminati symbol. So that's one that's pretty obvious. These are a few of the shows that you see. I want to go into a few celebrities such as, well, YouTube celebrities. Jonna Jinton is one of them. Let's pull up a second definition of the all-seeing eye, or the symbol that we're discussing right now. The omnipresence of the one-eye sign in mass media also serves another purpose. It proves that all outlets of mass media are owned by a very small elite group. Indeed, in order to have the exact same sign appear consistently and repeatedly across all media platforms and across the world, there needs to be a centralized source of power that forcibly makes this happen. Think about the amount of money, power, and influence that is required to have all of these celebrities perform this specific gesture in videos and photo shoots. Now ponder on the amount of money, power, and influence that is required to have this specific sign plastered across magazine covers, movie posters, music videos, and anything else that might reach the eyes of the masses. In short, this symbol represents the global elite and all of its agenda. The debasing of the human psyche, the promotion of Satanism, the normalization of mind control, the normalization of transhumanism, the blurring of genders, and more. The ultimate goal, straying the masses as far away as possible from truth, health, and balance. And that's pretty much what every single mass media is about. Also, it can be a symbol for mind control, meaning the MK Ultra program. The monarch butterfly is another one of those. Yeah, I personally don't even want to put butterflies into anything anymore. I know the butterfly, like in a traditional spirit symbol, like shamanism, can mean transformation and can actually mean like this beautiful thing. A lot of these symbols, like even the eye in general, can mean a lot of beautiful things, but they've completely hijacked it and turned it into something of them. So I don't even want to use something like a butterfly anymore, even though I used to love that symbol when I grew up. Just due to that. And when you look at a few other of these New Agers, such as Magenta Pixie is one of them very clearly, she uses the monarch butterfly in every single thing. And I had a lot of comments below the videos that I exposed her on, where people were just commenting how she was probably hypnotized by her father. He was a hypnotist, and just as a young kid, she grew up very fractured and everything. So that should give you an idea of the butterfly being misused. And it is just so sad, right? Because a lot of these symbols that they're using, that the One-Eyed Club, the Illuminati are using, they have this pure symbol from the start. You know, even like the ham's a hand in and of itself. I did a video debunking all these symbols last year, which I do think you should be watching after this video if you haven't yet. I did a video on all of these new age symbols. They have this pure and innocent meaning, and they've had that for thousands and thousands of years, but then along the way, they just got hijacked. And so nowadays, if you're using them, you're using them with the energy of the Illuminati, unfortunately. So Jonna Jinton right here, she has how many followers at this point? 5 million, 5.17 million. And very clear, this is of a year or two ago, almost 2 years ago, she comes out with this video, living with the Nordic vampires, where she covers up her one eye. Back then, I was still subscribed to her because I liked her video style and video edits. The moment I see this thumbnail pop up in my feed, I'm like, unsubscribe. Like, this is part of the Illuminati. I mean, it can't be even more blatant. And she even uses Nordic vampires. Like, she's never used any type of blood ritual type of creatures in other videos before. There's no vampiric, Luciferian, satanistic symbology anywhere in any of her videos. All of a sudden she comes out with this video, living with the Nordic vampires, and then she covers her eye. So it's very, very obvious. Another one, another channel, they have around 3.87 million. I used to follow them until 2020, 2021, because they were really promoting the you know what agenda. They were the first ones who got you know what shot up their behinds and were really promoting it all over. And they got a lot of backlash for that too, by the way. And here in this one, running a marathon with Russ Cook from about a month ago, this guy's covering his eye, you know, really down here. Nate is covering his eye. So they're both in it together, obviously. They also very much look like soulless beings, like clone bodies. I do want to point that out. Every time I was watching their video, I was feeling like I was just staring at empty souls somehow, or like empty vessels. But he's covering his eye right there. You know, right away, they sold their soul to the devil, like the definitions already said beforehand. What I found interesting, a few days ago, they came up with a life update. Supposedly, Kara has epilepsy. And I only know this because I was doing research for this video, so I had to look at that video. I'm like, oh, interesting. She has epilepsy, and she got the you know what in 2021. I wonder if there is some sort of correlation or causation, because a lot of people are obviously years after getting it, they're now all of a sudden, you know, getting cancer, getting this disease, that disease, whatever disease. So people are coming out, you know, a lot of kids are dying, a lot of things are like the turbo cancer, all of that is happening. So she has this illness, and I can't help but wonder if it has to do with the you know what, but that's their path to take. Obviously, they're part of the One-Eyed Club. And so unless, you know, I mean, I don't even know what to say. Like, they sold their soul to them, to the devil. And hopefully they get all the money and fame that they want out of it. Here's another one. This is a person who is really promoting life on a Mediterranean island. He has around 500,000 followers at this point. Always gave me the ick when I watched his videos, because I was doing research on the place before I was visiting it. So I watched the videos. I was like, there's this ick, you know, there's this emptiness and hollowness to this person too. And a lot of them really are just these soulless beings, you know, these empty vessels. They don't have anything going for them. And this is a random video on I didn't eat anything for 36 hours. Makes zero sense. He has other videos on how, you know, explore the island, visit this place. Like, this title makes zero sense. And what is he doing? Covering up his eye right there. And this was pretty recently, just a few months ago. This person literally blew up less than a year ago because he rescued a cat, a stray cat, and all of a sudden his cat was the center of attention. And he was getting all these brand deals and people wanting to work with him. Like, before that, his channel was maybe at less than 100,000, and now it's like quadrupled or quintupled, like I said, 500 something thousand at this point, which still is not that much. If you look at Kara and Nate down here, you know, they have millions of followers. But I do feel, I mean, if you look at Dan Reynolds, I do feel even some of these smaller fish in the sea, like this person, they're just trying to get to them, because if they have some sort of influence, they just try to get them to sell their souls for the money and the fame and whatever it even comes with. So I wouldn't be surprised if this person, like if the friends are saying he's completely unrecognizable from a few years ago, that's usually what happens with these type of people, right? But yeah, always kind of gave me this weird feeling when I was watching his stuff. And he only posts shorts too. He seldom posts like the full-on videos. Let's go into the soccer or the football. Ronaldo, one eye, very clear. I don't know if he's the one who actually had a shoe in front of his one eye, but he definitely has a lot of one eye in general. I mean, sure, supposedly his one eye is injured. Let's just give him the benefit of the doubt. But then in this image right here, he's full on like covering it. Like, I gotta exit this out again, but you see what I mean. He's full on covering it. He's full on part of that club. And another one is Messi. Look at this image right here. He's holding this thing in front of it. It's like one of those things that you win after tournaments, not a medal, but something else. And in this one right here, he's covering this, he's having a watch. I don't know if that was for a commercial. So he's always been a part of it for the longest time. And these are just like the bigger ones. But I mean, you have to really wonder, what about the smaller football or soccer players? What's really up with them? And then, of course, you have rugby, you have American football, you have all these other things like volleyball, tennis. Tennis is probably a huge one. If you look up a few tennis players, you could probably see the symbol in them too. So in short, this is a video that I wanted to do. I hope this helps you. I hope this was a good refresher for all the other people who already knew about this. And thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned for more interesting videos to come. I really appreciate you. I hope you have an amazing day ahead. And until then, talk to you soon. Bye, guys.